Happy early birthday, PS3. I can't believe it's been 17 years since you were born. It feels like just yesterday people were bringing you home from Target, Walmart, and GameStop. And now look at you, all grown up, and it's almost time to leave the nest. So I figured that the best way to honor the PS3 would be able to go over its timeline from the second it launched into production, how it was adopted by the gaming community, and then how it still plays a role in gaming today. So let's go ahead and get into it. The PlayStation 3, or better known as the PS3, is a home video gaming console developed by Sony Computer Entertainment. It was first released in Japan on November 11, 2006, and was later released in North America, Europe, and other regions of the world. Its launch right before Christmas made it one of the hottest, if not the hottest item of the year. Let's just say, not even Santa Claus could pull a PS3 for his workshop in the holiday season of '06. The PS3 was the first console to feature a Blu-ray player, which allowed it to play movies in high definition. It was also one of the first consoles to offer free online gaming through its PlayStation Network. It's no surprise that at launch, the PS3's biggest competitors at the time were the Microsoft Xbox 360 and the Nintendo Wii. On a personal side note, of those three consoles, I first picked up an Xbox 360. It was the first gaming console that I had purchased with my own money. I held signs for over 3 months in order to be able to afford it. But a few months later, I got the PS3 for my birthday, and I decided to trade in the Xbox 360 so that I could buy more PS3 games and accessories. At launch, there were two different configurations of the PS3. In North America, there was the 20GB version, which had a price tag of $499, and then there was a 60GB version, which had a price tag of $599. Today, used consoles of the PS3 can be found for as low as $50 on websites such as Amazon, eBay, and Facebook Marketplace. But buyer beware, there is no guarantee that the console that you may be buying used is in good condition. Sony shut down its assembly line of the PS3 in May 2017 in Japan after more than 10 years in production. Now, originally the PS3 was not a moneymaker for Sony. In a 2010 CNET article that I found, it's reported by the Wall Street Journal that even after 4 years in production, Sony was losing about $18 for every single PS3 that it built, which sounds like a lot, but it's down from the estimated $37 they were believed to be losing for every single unit during the early stages of production. It appears that Sony's intention to make up from the production losses was to make up their money on the back end by selling things such as video games and accessories such as controllers, steering wheels, and remotes to people who had a fresh new PS3 in their home. The PS3 was a powerful console for its time. It had a custom designed processor called the Cell Broadband Engine, which could perform multiple tasks simultaneously. Compared to the latest gaming consoles such as the PlayStation 5 or the Xbox Series X, the PS3 may not be as powerful or feature-rich, but still has plenty to offer in 2023. Here are some of the reasons why the PS3 is still a great gaming console. The first thing that comes to mind is backward compatibility. When the first PS3s launched, they had backward compatibility, which meant that you could play older PS2 games on your PS3. This also meant that you could possibly sell your PS2 and use that money to buy more things for your PS3. Sadly, backward compatibility was removed from the console in 2009 when Sony released the PS3 Slim. This meant that you could no longer use your older games. Instead, what you had to do is you had to download them and repurchase them from the Sony PlayStation Store. Alright, second great thing about the PS3 is its affordability. The fact that you could still find them fairly cheap is going to cost you a lot less than the next-gen console such as the PS5, the Xbox Series X, or Nintendo Switch. Another great thing about the PS3 is its extensive list of exclusive games. Now I'm talking about The Last of Us, Uncharted, God of War, and one of my personal favorites, Metal Gear Solid. Now these games are classics, but they're still very relevant today and they can still hold their own. Plus, they can still provide you hours and hours of entertainment. Next is multimedia capabilities. Not only is the PS3 a gaming console, but it could also play movies as well, both DVDs and Blu-rays. And I'm fairly certain that it could still stream Hulu and Netflix even today. Now that we've talked about some of the pros, let's talk about some of the cons of the PS3 in today's world. And the first thing on the list is outdated technology. The PS3 is over 10 years old, which means that it's going to lack some of the features that we've been accustomed to seeing on the Xbox Series X or the PS5, such as Quick Resume, or the ability to stream your gameplay directly to the internet. The second con on the list is limited online support. While the PlayStation Network is still active, some features are no longer available for the PS3. And the third con of the PS3 is the fact that you can't charge a controller while the system is in standby mode. That's right, in order to charge your controller, the system has to be on, and the charging cable that came with the PS3 is not very long, leaving users with basically only two options. Option A is to use the shorter cable that came with the system, which means that you're going to have to be very close to the PS3 while you're playing. Or option B is to go out, spend more money, and buy a longer cable so that you could sit further away from the unit. As of February 2023, Sony has sold over 87 million units of the PS3 worldwide, which was short of their original goal of 150 million units. In comparison, Microsoft has sold around 50 million units combined of the Xbox Series X and S as of February 2023, while Sony has sold around 13 million units of the PlayStation 5 as of December 2022. This is the first part of a three-part series of my favorite consoles of all time. As you can tell, I absolutely love the PS3, which is why it made number 3 on my list. If you want to see my second favorite and favorite console of all time, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button so you don't miss out on those videos when they drop. As always, I'm Neil, and I'll see you guys the next time I decide to hit the upload button. Peace.